Alright, so it is Monday. We're just about wrapped up with this renovation. I can't believe how much work that's gone into this thing. Today we are taking the rig in to get a tow hitch installed. Thankfully, because it's about time, for the Fiat. So that way we can hit the road soon. That's kind of like the last biggest thing that we need to work on. And then we gotta head to Georgia to get a stabilizer bar put on. And we're good. So I gotta clean it out so that way we can get this over there. All right, motorhome is ready. Tow package is put into the car. So all we need to do is just head there now. But I do want to point out that, I don't know if everybody owns a Fiat, but you can pack a lot of stuff in a Fiat. These are all the materials for the tow bar kit. And that's the size of the car. Wow, I love this car. Alright, so the dealership didn't call me back last night, so I called them right before they closed, and they said the car wasn't ready, so they called me this morning about an hour and a half ago, so we're gonna go pick up the rig now, all fully done, ready to go for the road. So this will be the first time running the full rig with the car attached to it on the back. That's not good. Car's not starting. That might be a problem.
Oh.
Guess what?
I didn't know we're doing this.
Car's not starting.
No, really?
Yeah.
Son of a bubble.
Yeah. I went to use the clicker. Clicker didn't work. So I opened the door and turned the key, nothing. So I'm going to try to test the battery, see if there's any. The battery doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't.
There's a whole bunch of stuff right there. Can you hold that for a second? We have something. If we don't, we're stuck. .39 volts. That's not good. Battery's
done.
That's very, very low. And once your washer fluid's low, coolant's low. So I'm wondering if everything just dried up sitting in this heat for as long as it did.
Yeah.
This is not good. So we're not going anywhere. I'm gonna have to call the dealership. We're gonna have to wait to pick it up. I'm gonna see if your mom can give us a ride.
Okay.
Okay. Man, as soon as he actuated it, the whole brake pedal went down. So the Invisibraker is actually a pretty nice design. Okay.
Okay, now with brake wheel, when you're not using it, take that little cable thing off.
Alright, I'd say a pretty successful drive back. Exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty good. A little scary, but it's she's small. But when I took my turns, it didn't feel that bad. I felt like she was part of the rig. And when we were talking to Stefan, he said that when they took it out, the guy said he didn't feel like that it was doing anything extra. It didn't feel like it was pulling or anything, so the true test will actually be while we're on the road. So right now it's just in town and trying to figure it out. So now I'm gonna get the car unhitched, move the motorhome around because I'm still gonna do work on the rig. All right, just did my first water pump test. And it turns out that I didn't tighten the bathroom faucet lines tight enough. And I had sprung a pretty big leak. And then the kitchen one had a small leak, just a tiny one. So I gotta go in there and fix both of them, but we haven't hit the road yet, which I'm glad we're going through these kinks. So, because I went to flush the fresh water system, and I said, well, let me check the water pump first, make sure it works. And sure enough, it just started spraying everywhere. So, good thing I caught it now. All right, I am off to Lowe's to pick up materials to repair the kitchen sink. The PEX tubing underneath that was that I hooked up to the lines running to the new sink that I bought broke. Doing a renovation is exhausting. Anybody who has done one knows exactly what it's like. I love a challenge though, so I'm completely okay with it. But here are some things to think about if you're going to do a renovation. Number one, be prepared for everything to go wrong. So almost every project that I worked on was difficult. Part of the reason being was I have never done any sort of deep construction or plumbing or electrical or anything like that. So it was a lot to learn, and it took a long time to get through these things. So if you don't have the ability to do it, do your research, okay? That's what helped me out. Like right now, this problem I'm having, I saw what happened. First thing I did was I went online to see, okay, how do I fix this? So I needed to make sure that I had the resources available to me so that way I can work through the problem. Thankfully, the resources are there, okay? So they're gonna be, everything's gonna go wrong. There's gonna be no way, there's gonna be no way around it. It happened, and it happened, and it happened. So that's the first thing. Second thing, be patient. Because when those things go wrong, your instinct is to get upset. For the most part, most people are like that. Their instincts are like, this sucks. I can't fix this. I don't know what I'm doing. This wasn't supposed to go this way. I read the instructions. I watched the videos. I looked at all the forums. I did this, and this. And until you get in to start working on it, it's not going to make any difference. It's going to help because you can recall what you've learned. You have to take pause while you're going through the process. Now, in the beginning of this renovation that we started working on, at first it was okay. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm expecting problems. But then they started happening more and more. And I could start to feel my patience waning because there were just so many things that were going wrong. The lock broke. The fuel hose went while I was pumping gas. My fog lights went. You know, it happens. So every project that you think that you have under control probably may not, but just take a step back, walk away for a bit, come back to it. There were so many times that I had to do that. I had to just step away, take a 10-15 minute break just to clear my head, and go back out there and work on it again. It's not. Number 3, be persistent. Once you've got the ball rolling, once you've started, you can't stop. So there are going to be times where you're just going to want to give up. You have to stay persistent. You just have to keep going. So you take that break and you go back. Persistence will help because it'll get you through, which leads to number 4. Pay attention to your outcome. What's your outcome? What's your goal? What are the things that make you excited about wanting to do this? Think about those things. Try to have them around. Like if they're videos, watch them. If they're pictures, look at them. If they're people that you know, talk to them. Have those things and people, those resources for you at your disposal when things start going bad. So the feelings that you're going for in your life, that's what you want. That's what you want to hold on to, because renovations get tough, you just can't let them get in the way. You have to keep those feelings alive. You have to keep all those things surrounding you. So, you know, when you're done for the day, go inside and, you know, take a look at those things that you're using for inspiration and use them. I'd say if you want to do a renovation on a motorhome or an RV, you have to ask yourself a question, and the question is, am I going to have the patience through this whole thing? You have to take an honest look at yourself and think about, are you patient through a lot of things? And if you're not, then you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle really hard. Like, there were some times that I was struggling. Like, I thought I had a lot of patience, and man, because it's not the situation that's like the problem, and not your capabilities, but your your willpower, your will to get through this, and your resolve to get through this. All right, I'm here, and I gotta go pick up a few things for this faucet I gotta fix, and I'm gonna be back just like that. Just like that. All right, now we have everything we need, but it's getting late in the day, so I'm done for working. But tomorrow, I will get right back at it. This renovation, I keep saying it's coming to a close. I promise everybody that it is. Work out the kinks first.